Hey YouTube. Oh my goodness, you guys. So things have been really busy and I have been so slacking on my YouTube videos. I told myself I was going to be vigilant about uploading once a week and now it's like been 2 weeks. So I really apologize for that. Clearly I've got a lot more work to do. Which is funny because the whole purpose of this video is talking about balance. So anyways, if this is your first time on my channel, my name is Jessica and I am the owner and operator of Round Town Candle Co. I'm a small hand-poured soy wax candle business and I am based out of a little town in Ohio. And I have just opened up my brick and mortar as of September 9th. And so I'm right in the thick of all of that. So basically, balance, you guys, is something that we all have to try to find in our day-to-day lives, whether we have no job or 2 jobs or we're trying to figure out, whatever's going on. Like, I feel busy, but I know there are other people who are just as busy, some who are way busier. That's not the point. I think the point is just trying to find balance in the midst of everything. So this video will obviously kind of cater more towards people who are entrepreneurs, small business owners, or trying to grow a hobby into a business, because that's what I know and what I'm now familiar with. And so that's basically what I want to share with all of you. So I am in the thick of everything. I completely underestimated the preparation for the store opening. Now, if you look, there are candles on the shelf. I have shelves over there with lots of candles on them as well. Like, I have stock, but I sold so many more candles than I thought I was gonna sell, and I don't know why. Not that I don't know why that I sold a lot, it's that I don't know why that I didn't anticipate that I was gonna sell so many. I'm not sure if I just felt like I had enough and they wouldn't sell as quickly, or maybe I was afraid I would get too far ahead of myself and get a little bit over eager and end up with gobs more candles than what I needed. But I really I was off the mark. And I also introduced, the day that the doors opened to the store, I introduced air freshies for the first time, car freshies, or whatever you want to call them. I'm just calling them freshies because you can really put them anywhere. So those have sold like hotcakes, and I was not prepared for that either. So I have several scents that I'm sold out of, and so now I'm having to work on restocking candles, restocking freshies, just kind of doing all the things. And so that put a lot of pressure. So basically what I started out doing was I work full time at my regular job, which I'm keeping right now for the time being. So I work from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. And then the first week in business, I would come over here at 3 p.m. and work till 7 p.m. So a literal 12-hour day. Then go home and try to rush and cook dinner for everybody and do all that stuff, and then try to find time to pour candles and build stock. And it was a very, very much a struggle, which is why you guys didn't get a video, to be honest. So I was burning myself completely out right away. But yet still, even though when I say that, when I would get off work and come over here, which I literally work right next door, so, I would lock one door and just walk in another, basically. I didn't feel this burden though, because I love this space so much that walking in here just feels amazing. So amazing. So it's not like when I came in here, there was this big feeling of dread or whatever. The excitement of it definitely helps me to push through what otherwise would have probably just been pure exhaustion. So, I was trying to find this balance and feeling like I need to keep the store open a lot. And what I noticed was people would come in pretty close after I'd opened, and then a few more within like the next hour, and then basically like the end of my time here, like the last hour, 2 hours sometimes, was like nothing. So I'm thinking to myself, I don't think I really need to have these hours. I think I'm gonna try something different. So basically what I'm doing now is I'm opening up the candle store the same time that the shop next door where I work is open. I have the lights on, the curtains will be open, I have my open signs lit, and then on each of the entry doors, there's 2 entry doors. On each of the doors, I have a sign that says, ready to smell some candles? Stop in the office next door and I'll be over. And I didn't know how people would feel about that. Now, it's really close. Like the candle store is very close. If you've seen my previous video when I did like a tour, I don't know if it was the tour or close to it, like just kind of the process of the building being finished. But anyways, you can get the idea of how close it is. So, but I didn't know if people would be put off by that. And I was really surprised because in one day I had like 5 people come over to the office and just be like, pop their head in and be like, hey, I'd like to do some candle shopping. And I just told my husband, I was like, babe, I'm going next door. And he's like, all right, cool, go ahead. And I came over here, the store's already opened. Now I do keep the doors locked and I have a keypad, so that way nobody just sneaks in if I'm not paying attention. So I just put the code in, unlock the door, and we come, and people were shopping, and it was actually working, and it was amazing because I thought, I don't have to kill myself on a 12-hour day every day. So that's what I've been doing. I've been working the candle store the same hours as the auto repair shop. And like today, I didn't have anybody come in, and it was fine. Like, that's okay. I know there's gonna be days, it's kind of like a rainy, dreary day, so no big deal. So what I'm doing is, and I've even thought about maybe having like one day during the week where I work later in the evening for people who maybe work out of town or just can't make it in during, the 3 o'clock cutoff. So I didn't get to do that this week because it's been really busy with the kids and stuff like that. Tomorrow I have a doctor's appointment, blah, blah, blah. Saturday morning they have cross country in the morning, but I am gonna be open Saturday from, I think this week is like 12 to 5. So, I'm trying to keep hours that I think are gonna work for people and work for me. And so the thing about it is, with this being kind of like my side thing, trying to turn into my main thing, I have a lot of flexibility. So the first week of working 3 to 7 and pushing those long 12-hour days, I quickly realized that was going to lead to extreme burnout, not being able to get things done, and so forth and so on. So I've been able to make these adjustments. But I think the biggest thing and the absolute biggest advice that I can give to anyone who is a small business owner, is thinking about becoming a small business owner, working on their hobby and it's growing, is just finding balance. And I know that sounds so cliche, but like right now, my twins are seniors, they are running cross country. So that is a priority for me. I'm working around that. I'm finding that balance. I get up on Saturday morning. Like last Saturday I got up. It was a beautiful morning. Not last Saturday. Last Saturday I was out of town. The Saturday before that I got up. It was a beautiful morning. And I went and watched my kids run, and I just soaked that up, and we had a great morning together. And then I came here and I worked and I was busy and it was wonderful. And then I got to go home and spend the rest of the weekend with my family. So, I don't want to let this candle store take away from the time I need to be there for my kids. And at the same time, my kids understand that this is something that I'm passionate about, something I'm trying to grow. So there's definitely got to be open lines of communication, so that they know where I'm at with things and I know where they're at with things. And same thing with my husband, and same thing with all my other family and people that I talk to. And I think it's really important to make sure when you are trying to balance everything out that you absolutely have to put yourself first. because it's so easy to say, I work my 40-hour-a-week job. Now I have this candle business. I have to go home and cook. I have to watch the kids cross country. Tonight, I just spent 2 hours at the school for college and career night. All of those things. And it can be so super easy to just be like, get through all of that and then just forget about me. But I will not let myself do that, because one thing that I have learned, again, super cliche thing to say, but you cannot pour from an empty cup. So it is so important to take care of yourself and make sure that when you are working towards balance of schedule and different things going on, that you put the ample enough amount of time for yourself. Because just taking a quick rest or whatever is really not good. So things I do is every morning I start by drinking water, and I take my vitamin, my daily vitamin and my probiotic. And I really just kind of think about my day and what I would like to accomplish, but I don't necessarily hold that to such a high standard that if I don't get something done, that I feel like I'm just failing at the day. I also make sure to get plenty of sleep. So I used to be able to stay up like all night working on stuff, no big deal. The older that I'm getting and the more things I have going on in my life, I have quickly found out that if I do that now, it hurts me. Like, it hurts me bad for like a day or more. It takes me quite a while to recover if I decide that I'm gonna stay up, till midnight or 2 a.m. or whatever, pouring candles. So one thing that I do when I'm planning my day is I make sure that everything is done by a certain point and I am in bed. And I might be in bed and like be on my phone a little bit or talking to Chris or doing whatever, but then I know at a certain point it's time to shut the lights off and go to sleep. And doing that and staying really structured with that makes a huge difference. Because if I don't wake up feeling pretty darn good, then everything that I hope to accomplish that day is going to be a struggle. And then it just snowballs, and the next thing you know, like your whole week is just a challenge. So I have a lot of candles to pour, a lot of stock to restock and things like that. But I'm also not going to compromise my health and my sanity to get that stuff done. So if somebody comes in and they're looking for something and it's sold out, I just say, I'm sold out of that one right now, doing the best I can to get things restocked. And 9 times out of 10, they just pick something else out, and that's fine. And they understand. So I think we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to be perfect, to have everything just right. And that's really not realistic. Now, maybe there will come a day where I don't work at the auto repair shop anymore and I get to do the candle thing full time. And if I ever end up into that position, then I'm sure it'll be a game changer, and I'm sure I'll be a lot more on top of it and have a lot more time to get all those things done, and that'll be great. But for right now, that's not what's going on. So I have to make sure that I find the balance of knowing how to run the business and how to do the best I can with the store, working full time, being there for my kids, being there for Chris, and being there for myself. So for the longest time, you guys, I did not go to the doctor at all. And knock on wood, I'm a pretty healthy person, so I just never went. I thought, well, I'm not sick, I don't really need to go. And then I just decided a little over a year ago, I was like, this is silly. I need to go once a year. I need to make sure everything's okay with me. So now I am adamant about that. So tomorrow I go to the doctor for my annual physical, and I'm gonna get blood work done, and I'm gonna talk to my doctor, and we're gonna go over everything. And then I'll be scheduling my mammogram shortly after that, because I'm due for that as well, and things like that. So it is so, so important to make sure we take the time that we need for ourselves. And finding balance doesn't mean sacrificing your health, your sanity, or your family, the people that you love. So, it is possible to grow a business, to start a business, to create a space for your stuff, to open up a store. It's possible to do all of those things without having to make giant sacrifices that just totally disrupt everything. So balance really is key. So I would be super interested to know what you guys feel about that and how you find your balance, or maybe areas that you struggle with when it comes to trying to balance things out, so that we can talk back and forth about it and maybe be helpful to each other, or just simply understanding sometimes how people deal with different things. So that's where I am right now. So the YouTube videos obviously have been quite inconsistent for a period of time. And that's part of me saying, I need to do this, and that. And the videos don't feel like they're quite the priority sometimes. And so they get pushed to the back burner. So I don't feel good about that. And I don't like that, because I do want to continue to grow this channel and my following and all that stuff. I'm really working hard on that. So to make it what I want it to be, and, be able to document my journey as really what this channel was intended for in the first place, I need to make time for that. So that's just, it's all about balance and making changes and moving things around until you find that sweet spot where everything just kind of fits into place. So I've adjusted the store hours, I'm changing a few things around, and we'll just see how it goes. I'll just keep making adjustments that need to be made until I feel that everything is the way it's supposed to be. So I'm absolutely going to start working a little bit more on these videos and different topics that I want to cover. So if you guys have any input or suggestions on that, that would of course be awesome. So yeah, that's pretty much how I feel. I'm just working on trying to get everything done. Sometimes it feels like we need more than 24 hours in a day, or more than 7 days in a week, but we don't get that. So anyways, I am now going to go home and relax for a little bit, and it's going to be a busy couple of days, but I'm really looking forward to the store being open on Saturday. I've got a lot of cool stuff coming up, and just gonna keep pushing right along. So I hope you guys are all doing well, and if you're not already subscribed to my channel, it'd be great if you do that and follow along. I always appreciate that. And yeah, I hope to definitely be with you guys again a lot sooner, so bear with me, and yeah, I'll just talk to you soon. See you guys.